Hubsan H501C. No FPV on this one, so we stuck some on. It's just a 200 milliwatt Eachine cheapy VTX, Aimway Cloverleaf, and an NTSC cheap board cam. Not brilliant, but it should do. And the balance connector from the battery, I just found a little notch in there so that lead can stick out, and then it powers the little beck. So we've got separate power for this thing. Okay, it's pretty windy, although GPS lock has got some pretty fierce drift. Now the FPV gear is kicking out and I'm not getting any satellites at all. So unplug the 5.8. Boom, 4 satellites. 6. So I've got 9 satellites now. Boom, 9 satellites went down to 0. So unplug the FPV gear. 9. Plug in the FPV gear. 3, 2, 1, boom. 9 to 0. So this FPV gear is probably sitting right on top of the GPS and blasting it out. FPV fail. Boom. 9 satellites as soon as I take it out. Okay, so now I've got 9 satellites and the GPS hold is doing what you'd expect it to. So, if you're going to stick FPV gear on this, don't stick it on top of the GPS. Now I didn't have any problems with the little F797T, a little camera that I put on there, but that's only 25 milliwatts and the signal was pretty junk from that thing, so maybe that was being affected by the GPS. I'm up yonder. Unless you're going stupid high, you'll be fine. It says height 358, doesn't seem to want to go any higher. I can't see anything. So, let's do the return to home. I don't see anything. I literally don't see anything. Oh, I think I can see it up there. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Wow. I'm going to step back a bit so I can actually see this thing. It's supposedly doing a GPS return home.
It's supposedly coming back.
It is coming down.
It is, I can see it.
It's really slow at descending, and I went up as far as it would go, and then it stopped counting upwards. So.
What does it say as a gear and altitude?
359.
359 feet.
I think it's meters.
Well, that's more than 400 feet, then.
Good job it's got a 20-minute flight time, isn't it? Because my quad had fallen out of the sky 5 minutes ago.
What is it?
It's a Hubsan H501C.
How is it?
Basically the 501S without the FPV gear. So you don't get the follow me mode because there's no GPS in here.
Have you lost it?
No, it's there. It's there. Dad. Got a little speck in the sky.
Got the glasses on.
Do you want a race? Straight climb out.
Oh, I can hear it now. Must be getting close.
Oh, there it is.
86. But yeah, basically the FPV gear on the top wasn't getting any satellites. As soon as I unplugged it, boom, 4 satellites. Unplugged it back in, boom, 0 satellites. I managed to get to 9, but then I could cancel it out and it literally come back. It was just on the edge of the grass.
Shift your goggles. Plug no goggles like that.
But when it's so high, it feels like it's moving back on you because you've got to look.
Yeah.
Sit. Sit. Good boy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paces is pretty good considering the high amount of wind that we've got here. So it's behaving pretty well. It looked like I got up to 359 and then it wouldn't give me any more. But the FPV gear on top of it is absolutely not happening. That was a massive fail. Okay, the last endeavour, I got 9 satellites, but as soon as I plugged in this little baby for my FPV gear, with my VTX mounted on top, that went to 0. Took about 5 seconds and then just went boop, 0. And then about 5 seconds after I plugged it out, boom, 9 satellites back. So we'll see what satellites we're going to get. Then we'll plug in the FPV gear. Okay, 3 satellites. I'm not sure what the minimum is. We'll let it get 6 or 7, because I know it holds okay with that. Okay, we've only got 6 satellites. It's been a couple of minutes. So it does dip down to 0 a couple of times, but straight back up to 6. So let's plug in this FPV gear. Zero. Six. Oh, 0. So it looks like even down here, tucked away, 200 milliwatt VTX, is going to cause problems with the GPS. Okay, we've got 6 again now. Let's try and put it in a hover. We'll see. Just keep dipping down to 0. Still 0. I don't think this is going to be good. Yeah, man, that's just 0. Let's try it. It says 0 and flashed 6 for a second then, but it's having a good old drift. Now, it's not pulling something crazy like it was at the field, it's just drifting a little bit. It's a shame you can't turn the GPS off so you can just fly at FPV. Now it's saying 6 again, and it seems to be staying 6. So maybe it does better once it's actually in the sky. I mean, it's having a little jitter up there, so I'm guessing it is still interfering with it. But it's holding. So the DVR's recording. Let's try it. One Hubsan 501C fly away and die. Wow. Clean off. So, moral of that story is, don't put FPV gear on your Hubsan. Or if you do, shield it. Something rotten, because I'm betting that whatever was inside there is shielded pretty fierce, because the 501S had no problem with FPV. Don't do this. Don't. I think I might have broken a prop. Wow. I snapped that ESC right in half. And that'll buff out, right? Yeah, that'll be fine.